Welcome back, students. Very good morning to you all. Today we are going to talk about food chain, food webs, and ecological pyramids. So you are quite aware about these terms. You have came across this term different parts, or either in news articles or research articles, or during your syllabus. So what actually is the thing about this? This all comes through the transfer of energy. In order to understand the food chain, its webs, and the ecological pyramid, we need to understand that how energy flows through an ecosystem. So let's see through this animation. The sun provides energy to the producers, to which they, to the process of the photosynthesis, they generate the energy. This energy, or you can say, the producers are then consumed by the primary consumers. Those are known as the herbivores. But there is also a loss of energy. Then comes the secondary consumers, which are called the carnivores. So, the transfer of energy from the source in plants through a series of organisms by eating and being eaten constitutes the food chain. At each transfer, a large proportion of energy is lost in form of heat. This food chain are not isolated sequences but are interconnected with each other. This interlocking pattern is known as food web. Each step of food web is called trophic level. Hence, green plants occupy the first level, herbivorous the second level, and carnivorous the third level. The secondary carnivores are occupying the fourth level. This trophic level to this trophic level together will form the ecological pyramid. Let's understand the whole thing in a proper way. Here we are going to talk about the food chain. So the most obvious aspect of nature is that energy must pass from one form to another. As you can see that the energy relation, that's the energy from the sun, has been consumed by the plant. That is the first level of the food chain, which are also known as producers. The food chain usually goes up to level 4 or 5. Then comes the primary consumers. Those are herbivore. Then comes the secondary carnivore, the tertiary, that is the top carnivore. All levels connect decompose. And these are also known as autotrophs, heterotrophs. And again, the energy passes to the sun. So understanding the food chain is quite simple. The most obvious aspects of nature is that the energy must pass from one living organism to another. When herbivorous animals feed on plants, energy is transferred from plant to animal. In an ecosystem, some of the animals feed on other living organisms while some feed on the dead. The latter form the detritus food in the food chain. At each linkage of the chain, a major part of energy from the food is lost for daily activities. So as you can see that how and where this loss of energy has been done. Sun provides energy at the end, okay. For example, a bug eating a plant, the 50% of its energy is wasted in the form of feces. Same for humans too. 33% energy in cellular respiration. This energy is lost in daily living every day. The 70% energy is considered for the growth. Now only this energy moves on to the next level in the food chain. So you can understand that how much energy is we are using and to where this energy is lost. Of course, the cost of living. However, a single species may not lead to a large number of species. The next comes the ecological pyramid. Now, here you are going to see the ecological pyramid. In an ecosystem, green plants are considered to be the producers, which utilize energy directly from the sunlight, convert it into a matter of energy. A large number of these organisms, from the most basic to the or the first trophic level of the food plant or pyramid, the herbivorous animals that eat the plants are the second trophic level and are therefore called the primary consumers. Sorry. The predators that feed on them form the third or tropical consumers, as you are seeing, secondary, third trophic level, and are known as secondary consumers. Only a few of these animals form the third trophic level, consisting of the carnivores at the apex of the food pyramid. This is how energy is used by the living creatures and the flow through the ecosystem from its base to its apex. Much of the energy is used up in activities of each living organism. See how this energy is flowing. Now see, a sunlight provides 1 crore, or you can say a huge amount of energy in joules. The plant uses 1 lakh, which has been consumed by the primary consumers, which again is consumed by the secondary consumers. And at the end, yeah. So this flow of energy is going to form a pyramid. In this manner, the pyramid is formed. So humans and where they are in the food chain. As you can see, that food chain are nothing but at which level we are is need to understand. The dynamics of energy through ecosystem has an important implications for human population. So how much energy does it take to feed a human? The question is if we are meat eaters, and secondly if we are vegetarians. And this is called your ecological footprint. You can work on it as a part of your project work, or consider it as a review assignment. That what is your ecological footprint? Then comes the important term of the food web. A very simple term but interconnection. So as you can see, what are the food webs? In an ecosystem, there are very large number of interlinked chain. The food chain are very much interlinked with each other. So it doesn't mean that, as you are seeing in the figure, this form of food web. A number of interlinked food chain forms a food web. If the linkages in the chain that make up the web of the life are disrupted due to human activities, that lead to the loss of extinction or loss or extinction of the species and the web breakdowns. As you can see, how the food chains are interlinked together and forms a food web as shown in the figure. Now, who eats whom is not important. A species may weave into a web at a more than one level. For example, human is interconnected at each and every level. Beer is interconnected at more than one level. And any of this level got disrupted, a whole ecological system get disturbed. So the ecosystem and the food chain and food web are different and different type of systems. Ecosystem for terrestrial system ecosystem it is different. For aquatic ecosystem it is different. Okay. So here I am going to end this lecture or this session for now. In the next session we will talk about how I meant to say about different cycles, energy cycle, nitrogen or carbon oxygen cycle. Till then.